What's up, guys? Today we're going to be kind of talking about overall basic progression and just some tips that I like to use to get a little better day by day with Kendama. So the first tip that I really recommend is tracking how much you practice versus how much you play. So what I mean by that is I can play Kendama, I can do like the cup flow, stuff like that, versus I can practice. So let's say like I do like 2-tap, juggle, 2-tap, and I try to get it 5 times, or I do like tap, juggle, tap, like that trick, like a certain amount of times with like a certain repetition, so I can get the form. I watch videos, I take videos of myself, and and then I like record it obviously, and I'll see kind of like how I stack up compared to like Nick Gallagher, Liam Router, Alex Mitchell, like really good players with great form. So when I try to do that as best as I can, I'm practicing and I'm kind of getting more knowledge compared to more leisure style. So like just kind of like sticking with what I'm used to. You know what I mean? Oh, can't tray. But yeah, so pretty much just how much are you practicing compared to how much are you playing? And they might seem pretty similar, but conscious practice will get you a lot farther than just playing and just kind of putting on some music. And I know I guess this video is kind of geared towards more players who are serious about like getting better compared to players who just kind of like to play for fun. So if you're one of those players who play for fun, I mean, please watch this video. I think it'd help you, but I don't think this one's for you. So yeah. Okay, that's the first tip. I think the second tip that I want to include is a really fun way to progress and kind of like get better is take a bunch of tricks that you really like take your top 5 videos that you've ever filmed, and then make those tricks a little bit harder to challenge yourself, but you still get that kind of like that same kind of I guess feeling of just like that, just kind of like that grind of like, oh, I got it, let's go. So a trick that I really liked is the tap, juggle, tap, juggle, tap, juggle, spike. And that's one of my favorite tricks I've ever filmed. So getting that trick and then adding more to it. So adding like a late Ken flip at the end, or like kind of adding like another tap at the end. So now I'm going for 5 tap. So it's like tap, juggle, tap, juggle, tap, like times 5 to spike. That's what I'm trying right now. So that's a really good way to progress, to progress. I think another big thing with that is you have to be very conscious of what are you practicing, like what are your strong suits, what are your weak suits, because if you only practice your strong suits, you're going to see a bunch of progression and probably pretty fast because you really love to do it. But if you keep those weak points in mind, you're going to be not the best at comps. In person, you're going to be a lot worse, or not a lot worse, but you're just going to be a lot less overall kind of like rounded as a player. And so all these players that you see are really good don't have weak points. A really good example of this is Liam Router. He can string pinch, he can late goon, he can tap really well. His juggle form's elite. He's a great competitor. He's a pretty good freestyler. So yeah, that's a really good example. Obviously, any like Japanese kid, like Ryoga Takuya, Mari Hiroto, like any Japanese player, you'll see them like be very good at the vast majority of tricks, which is what I'm trying to do right now. I'm trying to, get to that, at least try to get to that level. So yeah, that's my second tip. I think I think a third tip would just be like, this is a lot less fun and stuff, but really structuring how much time you put in, which kind of goes back to my my first point, but like making out a calendar list of like, all right, I'm free this day, and I think it's going to take the fun out of Kendama for sure, but not a lot of the fun. And I think you're still going to find this is how you're going to get the best in the quickest way. Because if you just kind of like, oh, I feel like playing, and then I don't feel like playing, and then you go back inside, that's fine if you're not serious about Kendama. But if you really want to get good, you have to find the time of like, okay, I don't want to play right now, but I'm going to regret it in the future. So always making that time to progress. Dang. All right, yeah. So those are kind of like my 3 small tips for this video. But yeah, okay. Sure. Oh my god. Oh my god. Dude.